Hello, everyone. So I didn't start this page to be a page about race relations and racism. I really started it to be a page to just a place to talk about what I see is kind of going wrong with the world and wrong with leaders and just things that are wrong. Unfortunately, these days that is the thing that is wrong. It's one of the biggest things that is wrong, the race relations. And in the states, I'm looking at what's going on. The lack of leadership is stunning. Celebrities need to do more, because unfortunately people listen to you. Black celebrities aren't coming out. They aren't supporting. They're afraid of affecting their brand, affecting their bank, affecting their image. Shout out to Jamie Foxx for not doing that, for just being a black man who was concerned and didn't put his celebrity first. There needs to be more of that. There needs to be more true leadership. When it comes to overall leadership, Donald Trump, really? The looting starts, the shooting starts. We're going to bring the military out. You're the president of all the people. You're supposed to be there for all the people, and obviously you aren't. In Canada, Trudeau, once again, you just opened your mouth and said nothing. Nothing of any substance came out. You just spoke to hear your own voice and for a media clip. There has to be more done. This is such a divisive issue. There's so many things. There's so many aspects to it. People saying it should just be, peaceful protests. They support people for peaceful protests. They aren't supporting the rioting and the looting and all that. Well, yeah, sure. The rioting and looting, it's not great, but peaceful protests don't work. Every time a black man is shot and killed or just choke hold it out, or every time a black guy dies at the hands of the police for no reason, not, sorry, dies, I used the wrong word. Every time a black guy is murdered for no reason, there's been peaceful protests, and there's been let's change legislation, or in the case of the states, let's go to Congress and let's make changes. Let's be peaceful and make changes. Well, that hasn't worked. It hasn't. Obviously, it hasn't worked. Look at George Floyd. So, maybe breaking some windows and smashing a few things in will get some shit done. Is it the best answer? Nah, probably not. But what else is left? How many times can you say we're not going to tolerate this anymore? How many times can you say this is unacceptable? How many times can you have sit-ins, marches, make signs? Maybe sometimes breaking a goddamn window will at least get their attention. But at the end of the day, no politician's going to listen until people vote. I look at the same poor people of all races. A lot of them don't vote and they don't have a voice. A lot of black people in the States and in Canada don't vote, and they need to. Again, it's not going to give you a great voice. It's not going to, you're not necessarily going to be heard, to the extent that you want to be, but at least you'll be heard maybe a little bit, because nothing's going to happen until politicians are afraid to lose their job, until politicians are afraid to lose their income. As we all know, lobbyists run the governments in both US and Canada. The NRA is a massive lobby group. But if black people en masse voted, if poor people en masse voted, man, if the politicians started saying, we better kiss their ass a little bit or we're going to lose our job, at least a little voice. You'd get a little voice, which is, it's better than nothing, and it's a start. Vote, 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 and get the Trumps out. And again, doesn't matter who you vote for. Vote for who you believe in, who you have passion for, who speaks to you. Vote for them, but vote. You need a say, and that's a start. And to all the rioters out there, stay safe, because I have a feeling the military is going to be brought in. And today, I saw the news, Donald Trump, they basically tear gassed a bunch in Washington, a bunch of peaceful protesters, because he wanted to cross the street and do a photo op at a church holding a Bible. I know the church leader was a little upset about that, saying it's just a photo op. But really, you're gassing people for a photo op. Yeah, that really shows unity. That really shows that you're there for your citizens. Don't even get me started on that. Everybody just, stay safe. Again, the protesters, make sure you keep your head down when the bullets start flying. Last thing we need is more people dying on any side. The last thing we need is more people dying. Everybody take care, stay safe. And again, these videos are just my opinion. And, hopefully they, as I said before, they spark some conversation. It has to change. And white people, Again, you need to get just as pissed off. And the people that are voting, the people that do go out and vote, don't just look at your local issues. Look at the person running. Look at the candidate that's best for the country, best for everybody, not just you. Look at the candidate maybe is good for your neighbor, good for your community, good for your city, good for your state. In our case, good for your city, good for your province. Look for the candidate that gives a shit, and not somebody who's just trying to, you know, feather his bed or suck the teat of the lobbyists. This is it's a sad time, and to see the businesses affected during COVID, and now a lot of them are having to shut down because of the protests. Again, it's there's no real positive here, but for the people that are just blasting, everybody for rioting and looting, stop and think for a second. Why are they? It's not just a free TV. It's not just shoes. Yeah, there's going to be some people doing that, but look at the underlying cause of why they're so bloody angry, because they haven't been heard, they haven't been listened to, and they've been getting killed. So just yeah. Everybody stay safe, take care, and we'll talk soon.